Hello, this is SeeWing Yee. Thank you for listening to the presentation. The reason why I'm reaching out to you, this message is for all the military members, whether you are active duty with any of the four services, or whether you are in a reserve, or you are retired, or you are ex-military veterans. This, this presentation is for you. As you can see, my hat, which is, it says 101st Airborne Division. I was part of that division back in Fort Campbell, Kentucky, back in the old days. Anyway, so again, my name is SeeWing Yee, and the reason why I'm reaching out to you is because I will talk about you won a real estate lottery, if you will. All right, what I mean by that is, you know, it's funny when I joined the U.S. Army like back in so long ago, 1979. All right, okay, so just go to show you how old am I. Anyway, I spent 10 years active duty, U.S. Army, and then 10 years in a National Guard Reserve, a total of 20 years active service, and allowed me to retire in 2002, which is almost 20 years ago. I retired with full military pension and benefits and all that stuff. So, so in fact, as a matter of fact, let me share a screen. I share with we wanted to. Here it is. Okay, all right. So here I am. The picture when I was way back in the old days was taken in 1983 when I was stationed in 2nd Infantry Division, U.S. Army in Camp Casey, South Korea, 1983 to 1984. I was there. Anyway, so a little bit about my background. As you can see, I have an accounting and taxation background. I'm a California licensed real estate broker, and I own a real estate investment network. It's an investment club where I have like 1,300 members, free members. My organization where they receive free real estate investment opportunities and education offering through my organization, my investment club. So anyway, enough of this. No need to share any longer. So what I'm trying to tell you is this is the first time I'm presenting to ex-military members. I don't know why it has taken me so long to reach out to all the military community out there, not only in the U.S. but in the world, wherever you're stationed at, wherever you are, what capacity you're in. So this topic, you won a real estate lottery. You know, the reason why is in reference to a VA loan, right? Veteran Administration. You can get you can buy a property at 0% down, which is mind-boggling. So you want to see, when I joined the Army back in the old days, back in 1979, I joined for you know, like most people, right? I mean, I was not sure what was I going to do with my life. I grew up in Philadelphia back in the old days, and then I always wanted to join the military because it's just you know, the opportunity to travel, to learn a trade. And then who knows, if someone were to enjoy the military life, they could become a lifer. not that I wouldn't call myself a lifer. I call myself a careerist. So I didn't know all the benefits that you can get, and I learned the hard way. Okay, I mean, during my 20 years of active service, yes, I purchased a property with a VA loan, but I didn't know the tremendous benefit you can achieve using it. And I've done it, by the way, just so you know, when I, what is it, in 1991, 30 years ago, during the back half of my military service, I was stationed in San Francisco Bay Area. And so I bought my first home in our San Francisco Bay Area, Fremont to be exact, in 1991. And at that time, with a VA loan, 0% down, I bought it with 0% down at that time in 1991. the housing price is like 186,000. Right now, it's like that same house, little townhouse, 2 bedroom, 2 bath, 1,100 square foot. The value right now is 900, maybe even $1 million. I'm not sure. And then I use my VA loan to buy another property, principal home to live in, upgrading to another one. I didn't know I could use a VA home loan again, and I did. In the year 2000, I bought a principal home again in the San Francisco Bay Area in Fremont for 540,000, I believe. And the value today is, I believe, is 1.8 million. And then I used my VA loan once again when I thought I was going to do a semi-retirement, and I went to Hawaii. Okay, by the time I retired, right, I'm still eligible to get another VA loan, which I did. So use my VA loan to buy a property in Honolulu, Hawaii, in 2015, right? And once again, and now I left Hawaii. I'm back in the Bay Area, and then I converted my Hawaii property into a rental property, and I'm getting a rental income as a result. As a matter of fact, the tenant is a U.S. Army soldier who's renting my property in Hawaii, which is I think he's stationed at Schofield Barracks. Anyway, so I don't want to make this a video too long. I will do more videos. So if you want to subscribe to my video channel, please do so, right? And then you will, I will probably produce more, maybe more videos on real estate for military members. All right. So again, my primary business really is to help real estate investors from all over the country to buy remotely purchase turnkey cash flow properties in good markets throughout the country. So most of our opportunities located in South and Southeast, because in those areas it's best to achieve cash flow properties. But and you can do that as well. I don't know your situation, but let me conclude this presentation. Again, this is my first time, addressing the military veterans. When I was in the Army, I was in the finance corps. I was 73 Charlie finance specialist. So I know all about the VAs. When part of my job was processing the soldiers PCSing from one duty station to another. We did, BAH housing allowance. We do the military pay for soldiers and those aspects as finance 73 Charlie. That's what it is. So I know all about the soldiering, living, renting and buying properties, and I have a very vast background. I was stationed the first 2 years in 1980 to 1981. I was stationed in Germany for 2 years. Then I PCS into U.S. Army Fort Campbell, Kentucky, for 2 years from 1981 to 82. Then I transferred over on a 1 year tour to Korea, South Korea, in Camp Casey, second ID, Tontuchon. Anyway, then after that, in 1984 to 1985, I was transferred into U.S. Army Fort Sam Houston in San Antonio, Texas. I spent 1.5 years there. And then after that, I was transferred to Washington, D.C., active duty there in Arlington, Virginia. And then after that, it's a long journey, transfer all across the country into the Bay Area. And I was stationed at the Hamilton Air Force Base, which is now defunct, no longer active Air Force Base in Novato, California, which is North Bay Area. Anyway, then I retired 2002 with a full 20-year military pension. So let me conclude, okay? VA loan is extremely powerful. The next video, I will continue to talk about it. So meanwhile, here's the thing. Okay? If you're in active duty, depending where you're stationed at, I mean, not all active duty stations is appropriate for you to do this, but I highly encourage you, if you have distant credit. If you're on active duty, it doesn't matter if you're E3, E4 officer, lieutenant or captain, you should take advantage of the 0% down payment. It's just such a powerful, nothing out of pocket. I mean, so one of the greatest benefit in military history, the 0% VA loan, right? So every duty station you go to, you can qualify to buy a house with a VA loan, 0% down. Furthermore, then do you know you can use your VA loan multiple times, but it's more complicated than that. By the way, by no means I'm a VA loan expert, right? I'm not a VA loan agent. I'm not but I'm an expert in real estate investing, all right? Buying rental properties and rent it out. That's my expertise for the past 20 years. I run my real estate network. But surprisingly, I never thought about reaching out to the military community nationwide and worldwide. And I'm doing it. I've been helping regular investors, right? In my consulting real estate company for many, many years. Very hardcore real estate investors to buy out-of-state properties in the locations that cash flow, good markets, whatever. But I never communicate to the military community, and it's better late than never. But anyway, so you can also you can convert when you leave one duty station to another. You could rent it out the previous house. Make it a rental property and go to the next duty station and use the same VA loan, 0% down to buy a place to live, right? And then do you know you can also buy a multi-unit property, a fourplex, a triplex, a duplex. As long as you live in one of the unit physically, you can buy with 0% down, like house hacking. So initially, you can buy investment, you can buy a owner-occupied principal home using VA loan, right? Because you can live there. So you have the ability to leverage and scale your investments, and then ultimately convert your principal home into a rental property each location you go to. Now, I'm not addressing only for active duty members, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, or even the Coast Guard, the 5 branch of service. Actually, there's 6 branch. There's a Space Force. Space Force is another branch of the Air Force, space war. Anyway, that's another story. So, so actually, not only active duty members, if you know who else qualified to get a VA loan, not only in active duty, but when you leave active duty, if you have honorably discharged, you have done your initial tour of duty, whatever, 3-year obligation, a 4-year obligation, or even an 8-year obligation, and you leave the military after a few years, you can still, as a civilian, you can still qualify to get a VA loan. Furthermore, if you've never been to full-time active duty, let's say you just want to join the military part-time by joining the reserve, U.S. Army Reserve, U.S. Army National Guard, U.S. Navy Reserve, and U.S. Marine Reserve, Coast Guard Reserve, I guess. You can do it part-time, right? All you have to do is attend the boot camp, whatever, 2 months boot camp, right? After boot camp, you go back to your civilian job, then you go to a drill, then you go weekend duty, 1 weekend per month, right? As a reserve member of the armed services. If you're a member in good standing, I believe all you have to do, don't quote me, 90 days of active service. That's all you need to qualify to get a VA loan. So also, if you're retiree, just like myself, right? I'm considered retiree, right? I'm not retired with 20 years of service. I'm getting my military pension and full medical military benefits 20 years ago, by the way. So I've been around the block, right? So even as a military retiree, you can still use your VA loan to buy property to live. But of course, as a retiree, you have to qualify, right? And you can't, I know drawing a military pension as a retiree may or may not be enough to qualify to get a loan, even a VA loan. So it all depends on your income to debt ratio, whatever. Talk to your loan consultant for the qualification. But as long as your income to debt ratio and all that, you qualify, you have decent credit, you can still get a VA loan as a retiree, like I am, right? So at the end of the day, whether you are reserve, oh, by the way, will you reserve, right? And every year you attend 2 years annual training, right? 2 weeks, no, I'm sorry, 2 weeks per year, full time. That's it, right? And the rest of the time you go to a drill status 1 weekend per month, whatever, right? And people, the civilian doesn't know that the military members, if you do it part-time, right, attend 1 weekend drill for 20 years, you're eligible to receive a military pension at age 60, that is, right? At age 60, you can, with a, getting a part-time gig, if you will, for 20 years in a reserve status, and you're still entitled to full military pension, but you can't get it until age 60, as opposed to active duty, right? When you active duty, when you serve 20 years of active duty, full-time with all the five branches of the military, the minute you retire, you are entitled to a military pension and medical benefits right away, right? So if you enter the Army like age 18, 20 years later at a ripe young age of 38, right? And retire at the 20 years of service, you're entitled to get a military pension right away at a ripe young age of 38 if you are enlisted soldier. If you're officer, most officers enter the military service at age 22, right after graduating from college or from the Naval Academy or West Point or Air Force Academy or whatever, or then at age 22, you retire at the earliest age 42 as a lieutenant colonel or whatever, or if you're in Army and Marine or in the Navy, you are a commander, right? 05, right? Then you can retire 20 years at a mere young age of 42. Amazing, right? You can get a second and third career, which I have, right? In addition to my military 20 years of pension, I have my real estate income. I have my rental property supporting me with passive income, so multiple streams of income. But there's more to it, okay? So stay tuned for how to become a real estate investor using the VA loan as a foundational tool. It's a foundation for your financial freedom goal, okay? Whether you are active duty military or reserve status or ex-veteran who only served for a few years and then you go back to civilian life for the rest of your life, and then a pure part-time reserve member, all of the categories of these people can qualify to get multiple VA loans in their lifetime. Look, I'm not telling you you can get rich overnight, right? You have to use a system, you have to use a strategy, you have to get educated. I'm here to systematically educate you, inform you. I'm reaching out to the military community to help you to create wealth, right? Because your military pension is not all that much, right? So why not? Why not take advantage of all the military benefits that are afforded you, all right? Had I known what I know now, when I'm in my early years, back in the 1980s, when I was in active duty, had I known more about the VA loan at that time, I would have bought investment properties at every location that I was stationed in, practically. But I learned my mistakes. I'm starting late into my, I was into my, when is it? Anyway, I started investing in my 1991. So in my 30s, okay, late 30s. But I'm catching up. I'm on a catching up mode. But I'm in a good space right now financially. So, okay, I'm just wanna provide some extra service out there. Again, normally my investment club here in California, I help people, regular investors, to buy rental properties for many, many years. I helped a lot of people to achieve financial freedom, and I'm gonna carve out my space to help out my fellow band of brothers. my fellow band of sisters as well, right? I don't want to forget that. So it's not easy, require more education, require, you know, a lot of execution of your plans, knowledge. And so I'm here to provide the free educational videos and what have you. Just enter my website, sign up for my newsletter, and then it's a free membership. You learn about regular risk investing. You learn about how military members can tap into their VA loans to buy owner-occupied properties, multi-units up to 4 units, but you have to occupy one of the unit, right? Just remember that. So all the numbers, I don't have time to talk about, you know, debt to income ratio, the cash flow scenario, how to calculate cash on cash return, how to calculate cash flow, where to buy, what location to buy, how to analyze a particular property to buy using your VA loan, all those kind of things, it'll come forward. But right now it's an introduction of myself to the military community. So subscribe to my channel and enter my website to get free monthly newsletters, and we'll talk soon. Just keep up with what I'm doing, and then I'll be more than happy to help each one of you fellow soldiers to achieve your financial dream. Thank you so much. This is SeeWing Yee. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.